Planet Zoo has been rated E10 Plus by the ESRB for crude humor, mild blood, and mild violence. It is generally suitable for people aged 10 years and up. From the turreted castle and Main Street to Monte Cristo Island and Kukwana Land, Bartholomew Zenon's Zenon Land is protected by the Night Sheriff. Day and night, he is burdened by a witch's curse to be aware of all that live and play within the massive fantasy theme park. Now an attack on the park by a monster hunter who knows far too much threatens everything, guests, staff, and fellow supernaturals taking refuge in the park. The Night Sheriff must scramble to uncover not only the source of the threat, but secrets of the park of which even he was not aware. If he doesn't, he may be doomed. The park may be doomed. Even the world may be doomed. And that's a lot of doom. Get your copy at Amazon.com today. Hey kids, this is Jack. Welcome back to the Sequoia Park Zoo. Hope you're all doing good. It's a couple of days after Thanksgiving, and I tell you, I took about a week off during the holiday. As I have said before, I do record ahead, and I recorded a long way ahead just so I could take an entire week off. And I needed it. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm yawning. Oh my gosh. Now I'm yawning all over you. I apologize. Anyway, I needed a break. Pumping out this much Planet Zoo content and the other games, I was feeling a little burned. But the Thanksgiving holiday was great. Got to spend it with my family. It was a wonderful meal. We all came away from it happy. On top of it all, something cool happened, and that is, we have a pond in our backyard, and it's a pretty big pond. It's not just this little itty bitty, tiny thing. It's actually a fairly large lake. A large pond would be more accurate, because lake makes it seem more grandiose than I intend it to be. But anyway, this pond in our backyard, we discovered has an otter living in it. Now, previous to this, it's had ducks, it's had heron, it's got some turtles in it we've seen, it's got egrets and such as that, and I know it's got fish in it because what else would all the other animals be living on? But we were out back, and I think it was my father who went, "What is that?" And it's all, "Well, what do you mean? What's that? What's what? What are you looking at?" And he says, "That brown thing over there on the shore. It's moving, so I think it's an animal." And I whipped my camera out and put it on, as a telephoto as I could get it. And there I go yawning again. And it turned out that it was a Florida river otter. So that's very cool. And, it's just one of those things. It's a neat thing. That's slightly higher. Did you see it? So we have an otter living in our backyard pond. And that's just very cool. Now, you're probably wondering, well, you might not be if you watched the last video. What we're doing today is we are adding a habitat for the Arctic fox. Now, I don't expect this to be a very long build because, to be brutally honest, all I'm basically doing is replacing. I'm copying the red fox habitat for the Arctic fox. I'm quite literally, I'm just doing the same exact thing. There is going to be minor changes, minor modifications. I intend to build an entirely new indoor area, for example, for this habitat. But otherwise, it's going to be pretty much the same. Foxes, although Arctic foxes, in their defense, are smaller than red foxes, to the point that occasionally a red fox will kill and eat an Arctic fox. Just a little morbid natural history for you there, folks. Now, how many of these do I want? Alright, let's get this set up like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We use 10 on that side. Okay, so let's go a little longer. But yeah, I honestly expect decorating the habitat to take longer than actually building it, if that makes any sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. And yeah, I did lose track. Yes, I know I counted. Shit. I know I counted just a moment ago, but I actually lost track of the count while I was putting in the new piece. Welcome to ADHD, folks. I never really thought of myself as neurodivergent, but I am. So there. All because I have ADHD. Now, I don't have as bad a case of it as some people, but it's present. And in my case, mine tends to, you know, English. I need to remember to speak English. ADHD generally manifests in one of two ways. The first way is everything, you know, everything you've ever heard in every ADHD joke ever told. You know, flightiness, forgetfulness, easily distracted, things like that. But the other way is laser focus on one thing to the point that you utterly ignore everything else that's going around you. And my ADHD most often manifests in that fashion rather than in the flightiness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, hold on. Let's go ahead and get rid of this last one because we're only going to do 10. And then we're going to bring this part over. But yeah, I took a little break. You know, you're not going to see any missing videos because, like I said, I load up my channel ahead of time. But I just didn't do any recording for like, geez, a week? Maybe 2? No, it was a week. It was just the one. And I got to tell you, by the end of it, I was bored out of my head. I was utterly and completely bored out of my head. Because I was like, well, I don't want to record. Well, no, you're taking a break. I had to force myself to not record. How pathetic is that, guys? You know, I've hit what we used to call the Aaron zone. My brother Aaron is a nice guy. Family guy. He's got 2 daughters, married forever, you know. And he's a Disney park freak. I mean, he will go to theme parks, but especially the Disney parks, at the drop of a hat. Give him a reason, he'll go. Now, thing is, when he goes, he will bring a video camera and record enough footage to turn it into a YouTube video because he has his own YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is I Love Comics. Most of his content is comic book related, but the parts of it that isn't is generally about theme parks. And he's got to the point where if he's not recording a video, you know, it's like he's like, you know, we'll say, hey, Aaron, you know, you want to join us? We're going to head down to Disney. And he's like, yeah, let me grab my camera. I'll record a video. And we're like, dude, how about you just come with us to the park? Hold on just a second, folks. Sorry about that. My brother Nathan just came in to ask me a question. So I apologize about the delay, but that's okay. You know, he is my brother. He's my baby brother, and he takes care of me. I know I've mentioned before that I am disabled. Well, I'm disabled to the point of needing someone to help take care of me. And Nathan, I don't know what I'd do without him. He's my best friend. He's, you know, my baby brother. And I took care of him when he was hurting, and now he's taking care of me when I'm hurting. And, you know, he's one of the greatest people I know. And I love him. Because, of course, he's my brother. Of course I'm going to love him. But, you know, he's just fantastic. And I try to help him out as much as I possibly can in return for him helping me out as much as he can. So when Nathan comes in all quiet-like and taps me on the shoulder and, you know, and I'm like, yeah, hold on. I'll immediately stop making this zoo, this habitat rather, in order to talk to him because, you know, family takes priority. And if you are doing this kind of thing where you're making videos and all that number, and making the video conflicts with something that you've got to do with your family comes first, folks. I don't care what you're doing. Your family always comes first. Because they're the only ones you got. Anyway, what was I talking about before that happened? I was talking about Arctic foxes. How they're tiny relatively. And I'm basically, like I said, just going to, just going to copy the other habitat, except it's going to be decorated different. All right. Okay. Now let's see if I can get this to happen without messing up completely. There we go. Oh, look, I didn't. Okay. Well, I don't want to fix it the way I fixed the last one because that just didn't work. Log. Hell. Okay, I think this is gonna work. Right, there we go. Okay, let's lay down some path. And we're using this shale path because I just happen to like it. Now that is the same width, but oh my, hold on guys. Let's pause the game for just a moment. And then let's retrieve Anastasia. Now which one is she gonna be, do you think? Anastasia is a lynx. Hi Anastasia, how'd you get out? She didn't. She didn't. This is an animal that's actually inside her habitat. I hate false positives like that. Okay, we can unfreeze the game now. Alright. I truly do. I hate false positives. No. Okay, well, you know what? We'll just do this. Since you're not being cooperative, we'll just take away your path a bit. There we go, and we'll continue on from here. Now, I'm going to leave this end of the path out here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might not do anything with it at all. On the other hand, I might continue expanding in that direction. I haven't decided yet. Now, okay. All right, let's bring in the foxes. Arctic foxes. I love it. Half of them are just dark coal fur. All right, 3 VIPs. Let's see. I've already talked to him. Corey Salazar. Oh, hello, Corey. Hey, you never turn down free conservation credits. I'm going to get a drink real quick. Okay. You know, I might put something over here. I don't know yet, but it's entirely possible. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lead a path this way. Just in case. Okay, if this is another one of the lynxes, I may have to scream here. Valeria escaped, did she? Except she's not listed as escaped. I'm gonna have to go in and take care of some things after this build is finished. But we're not gonna worry about that until the build is finished. Okay, this is Ujarak. He's an Arctic fox. We're gonna rename him to Ulysses, because that's easier to remember than anything else. Okay, the terrain is not right for him. He needs a smidge of long grass, a bunch of rock, and a bunch of sand. I bet you if I added some snow, that would be just fine with him. Okay, let's bring this in. Let's bring this in even further. Well, it doesn't really look like long grass, does it? Okay. Soil is a no-go. It's rock, and I bet you it's rock with snow on top of it. Okay, we'll put some sand down. All right. I'm going to take care of this right away because I do want snow. Okay. All right, so you want to space these about equally throughout the habitat. Right down kind of the middle line. Like that. Now, let's view the effects of this on the heat map, the appropriately named heat map. Okay, I may need to pull this in if it goes too far past the windows. All right, let's go to 9 or 8. I may need to just put more in. Yep. Okay, and then I can start working on, once I get the temperature right, I can start working on the decorations for the interior of this habitat. So, let's bring back the terrain. And recolor with some snow. Okay. Now, I want to look for a small shelter that'll fit inside this little cage. Well, at the same time, I think this is the one that I used in the other one, isn't it? Yes. Well, at the same time, actually providing some shelter. Yeah, it's too big. Also too big. That, however, is not too big. Okay.